Hey y'all, it's Elizabeth. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm a newer channel. And welcome back to those of you that subscribe to me. I'm so glad you stopped by. Today I'm making some little bunnies out of socks, little sock lop-eared bunnies for an Easter tray. I'm probably going to put it on, but as you can see, if you just want to make one, you can just put it in a basket and put some little mini eggs around it if you want to. But we're going to get on this because we're having some trouble getting things to upload. Taking 2 days to render, and then 4 seconds of it might show up. What we're going to do, and we're going to do this to see if we can figure out what the problem is with. We've checked everything. We even bought an editor, invested in an editor. You're going to take your sock. I just have a thing of shipping wrapping tape. And you're going to turn your sock inside out. Do not cut the heel off. The heel is what makes the bunny's face come out and form his nose. And what you're going to do is, I got a big old bag of rice here with my little bitty measuring cup. And I'm going to start filling it up until I get enough for the bottom and the top. Gotta shake it down. Just want to make sure it's down there good. I'm also going to be repurposing one of those coasters that I told you had seen better days, but I wasn't throwing them away. I used the holder and made a candle holder out of it. And I'm going to use the coasters, the other side of them, for this, for a stand, to make it stand up. And you want to really get it down in there good. So you may have to tap it around a while. Hope you can see what I'm doing. I've got one of those cameras that shuts off every 5 minutes and it's supposed to warn you with a beep. But mine has yet to do that. I know Diane from Deco Easy, her and her mother-in-law Janny, Diane was having a problem with hers too because her warning beep wasn't going off and she had lost some footage. Squeeze that down in there. We want to make a nice size body and head for this bunny. So just keep bouncing it and shaking it. I'm probably bouncing the camera. So sorry if I did. Okay, there's the heel on the front. Just keep filling it. And I'm just dropping rice everywhere, but that's okay. Just get it down in there so you can have a little face. Let's put one more in. We don't want his head that big, so I'm going to squish some more down in there. Now there's the heel of your sock, and see if you turn it that way, you've got the shape of his nose coming out. When you make snowmen at Christmas out of these, you have to cut below that. Next, what we're going to do is, we've got his head. We're going to take a rubber band, squish him like that. Take a rubber band, we're going to tie him off. Put it on there good. Do not cut this off. That's what's going to make his loppy ears. And push it down. Pinch his little face on the sides. Now you're going to take a piece of Dollar Tree twine, the real thin stuff, and you're going to find right where you want his neck, and you're going to tie that off in the back. You're going to tie it pretty tight. Now at first his neck's going to look like his head's just going to be wobbling from one side to the other. And it will, but we're going to fix that later on. So it doesn't do that. And then you're going to snip that off. Toss it aside. Now, instead of cutting these off, this is what's going to make her little, I'm doing hers today, her little lop-eared bunnies. You're going to cut straight down. First you're going to cut this off right here, the very top. Just get rid of that. Then you're going to take in the very center and cut all the way down. Almost directly to the rubber band. And we're going to leave those like that. You're going to take one, you're going to turn it this way, and you're going to cut up. And I might make these shorter. Until you get to the center. And you'll have a chance to trim all this up as you go along. And there's one of your bunny ears. Just have to kind of straighten things out a little. And I do think I'm going to make that a little shorter, just like I did the other one. So we're going to go in a little shorter. Snip that off. And you can fiddle around with it. And if you want to open it up, you can open it up. If you don't want to, you can leave it closed. I kind of left mine closed and just let them hang like that. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And come up, go all the way in, push all this off and get rid of it. Don't worry about this up here at the top because that's all going to be covered. Then you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to put her little eyes, and I gave mine a smile. I didn't give it just like a rabbit nose. And you're going to put a little dot on the right side for that eye and a little dot on the left side for an eye. And you're going to come down here and you're going to draw a line. Give her a little smile. She's happy because she's going to hunt Easter eggs. And then we're going to do some whiskers. And that's what you should have so far. This will straighten out because we're going to hot glue this neck down to the body. Just make sure that the body form is standing good and straight. Then we're going to move this rice out of the way. For one thing, this bag weighs 10 pounds. That's another thing about rice. People are like, I don't want to use rice because people say it has boll weevils in it. It has boll weevils in it, and it does not. Take it and put it in the fridge, and not the fridge, the freezer, and let it freeze, and then take it out, and then open your bag, and anything that was in there will be not alive anymore if there was boll weevils. So, okay, I'm going to turn this off for just a second, and then I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. Now you're going to take a piece of your choice of color, 1/2-inch ribbon, and you're going to come up here and go around her ears, keeping her her ears made out of the sock, to the side. And you're going to tie this off. And I cut a way too big a piece, but that's okay. That's going to make her ears stand up even a little bit better. Tie in a knot. Then you're going to clip close. Now you can make a bow any way that you want to, as long as you want to, whatever kind of bow you like to make. I just tied these like this, and I'm getting ready to hot glue them together. So I'm going to take my hot glue gun, and put some glue right here, and then I'm going to glue the sheer white one onto the pink one, and I felt that on my fingers, so we're going to use our trusty silicone spatula so that I don't burn myself. And we're going to take and we're going to put glue on the back of this before I add the butterfly. And we're going to glue it right there in the middle of her ears and hold it down. Now if these start to go back and they won't come back, now we're going to trim some of this off, but if they won't stay down, there is a little trick that you can do to make them stay down. So we're going to take and cut these shorter. So we want to be able to see the side of her head because we want to see her cute little ears. And then just kind of eyeball it. Let's see, we want to go this way, yeah. Eyeball it and cut it to where you cut the last one. No, that was the wrong way. Well, I guess that'll just have to stay like that. Okay, and then this one right here, take and cut in a little bit. Okay. Then to hide all this, we're going to put some hot glue on the back of this butterfly applique. You can pick any kind of appliques you want. Little roses, little flowers, little... In this case, I chose a butterfly. And we're going to put that right there. And then we're going to put a little bit of hot glue. Sometimes you'll see spaces where you need to attach. Put a little hot glue between her tied off ears and bring them forward so that they're attached at the top to your bow. And just hold it there until it dries. I'm hiding it, aren't I? I placed the butterfly a little bit at an angle. Then you're going to take this and you're going to start at the back, because what I wanted to do, well, first of all, you got to make sure these are cut short enough, but don't cut all the way into the knot. And what you're going to do is you're going to try to straighten her up nice. Get her head where you want it so it's not flopping backwards or forwards to each side. And what I did was I took my glue gun and I ran it underneath here and I just held it down. That's going to keep her head in place and keep her more stable. And I did that all the way around. And just keep pushing down. Do it under the front of her neck. These are good to have too because silicone picks up glue, but it doesn't stick to it completely. It cools it real fast and you can just rub it right off. And then we're going to take, get her a little cockeyed there. Take and put some under this side. That's going to be hidden with ribbons, so don't worry about that. And now we've got her that way so far. Now, we're going to worry about the ears and getting them to stay in place because this doesn't seem to want to bring its ears forward. So what I did was I just took a little dab of hot glue, placed it right under the edge of the ear, and just held it to her head with this, and that's going to keep that ear in place. She's one of those lop-eared bunnies, you know, with the big long ears and they just flop over. That's what we always called them anyway. And then I'm going to have to look at this head on to get that straight. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. And we're going to hold that down. Just one little dot. You don't want to do it all the way down because then her ears won't look floppy. Okay, so that's what you should have so far. Then we're going to take the 1/2 inch pink ribbon again. And we're going to take, and what we're going to do is, do not stick this all the way under her neck, or it will still be floppy. Try to get the top and the bottom. And you're going to start it right here at her back, glue it to her head, and then to her body. You can see how I'm doing that. And then you just keep moving around her like that until you come back here, and we're going to glue it off. I'm going to go do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So you see I've got this glued to where it is glued to this and to this. So it does help with some stability. And you see that she's got a little face, and if you want it pooch ears, you can just kind of like move the rice. And I have glued together another pink bow and white bow, just like I did for this one. You can tie it any way you want. I just tied mine and put that on. Now this bow was made different. This bow was made just looped around, glued together, and a piece glued around the center. And I didn't think it was girly enough looking. It kind of looks like a, I don't know, not really a bow tie, but anyway, I wanted to do this one a little bit different. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put some hot glue on the back of this, and we're going to glue it right under her neck in the front, matching her up, center, and we're going to hold that until it stays. I kind of like the length that these bows are, so I think I'm going to leave them. I'm not going to cut them as short as I did the ones on the top of her head. And then I'm going to take some hot glue again, get my other butterfly applique, A lot of times you can find these on sale, you know, at the end of spring and stuff like that. And I've had these for years. So I pulled them out of my stash. And we're going to turn this one just a little bit that way. And hold it on until it dries. Now, this one in here is a tinier one. She's the little sister. This is the big sister, okay? She got a bigger head. Just depends on how much you want to put in them and how big you want them. Now, this is the coaster I told you that was well loved and well worn out on our screened-in back porch. And it just got to a point to where, because it was getting old, it just started looking dirty no matter how many times I cleaned it. So I'm going to turn it over to where the wood's real pretty, because we didn't sit anything on the back side of it. And what we're going to do is to stabilize her a little bit. This is going to become her little platform. And what I did was I just took, let me make sure we're in frame, yeah. And this one also has one of these on it. I want to put these on a spring tray, I'm thinking about doing. And just run some under there and set her back down. Keep turning her. Run some in there. Set her back down. Make sure that she is centered. Run some under it. Set her back down. Do this all the way around. Now you will see that there was a name brand on this sock right here, but that's going to be covered up with moss or grass or whatever you choose to put around it. Couldn't help it. It was the only white socks I had in there, but they were brand new. I paid a lot of money for them, and so I wasn't going to just let them sit there. And there you have your finished bunny. So I will probably put some moss, or maybe the green moss if I can find it, to where it looks like she's sitting in some grass. And you can even, if you want to, you can even take and add like some little flowers here and there in your basket, or you can wrap flowers around the base of here, but I would just choose a different color because you don't want too much white. Try to incorporate some other colors. I could have done like a paper mache vintage rabbit or something like that, but my grandson saw the first one that I made, and he was like, "Oh, Gammy, you should make another one and film it." And I said, "Okay." But the last time I think that he said that, we have tried all week to get that thing to upload, and it just will not. So if any of y'all are having a problem with that, I would just so appreciate it if you would tell me what you did about it. And I just thank all y'all for stopping by. And I think the bunnies are cute. And if you want to, you can just push that down a little bit, make sure it stays. And you've got a base, so it's not going to fall over. And everything is secure in there, so your rice isn't going to come out. So even though she's the older bunny, she's shorter, but I do have that one in a basket. So these are just cute little things that, you know, you can put together for Christmas. Listen to me. For Easter. And I'm going to try and make one of those trays out of cardboard that I have seen, and give it a shot. I don't know if I'll do it on camera because no, my luck, I'd really mess it up on there. I had to take my time and figure it out. But there's the Easter bunnies and a glue stick. Sorry about that. But anyway, I just think that they're so cute. Now, you can make boy ones. And if I do, I didn't have any brown socks or gray socks. So we just had white, so we made girls. And You can also take, if you want to, and make like a little Easter bonnet, stick her ears to it where they're coming out. You can make a boy one and take felt and make like a little, a little top hat and cut a hole in the sides of it, stick his ears out to where they come out of that. And I might try and do that. So we shall see. But anyway, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the sock bunny tutorial. They're not just for gnomes and they're not just for snowmen. So go make yourself a bunny. It'll make you happy. So I'm going to say thanks for stopping by. Give me a thumbs up if you would. Subscribe if you want. And I'll just say for now, hugs from the southeast coast of Florida. And I'll see you on the next one.